Yeah, it's your boy once again, Kiss Samson. I'm here to drop another video that you need to wait to the tone of this video. So, I want you to understand one thing in this 2022. Don't fucking argue with people who don't really trust in your what? In you. Don't argue with people who don't believe in you. Arguing with someone who don't believe in you is like having a bunch of key like this in your hand. Is in your hand, not in the hands of others. But at the same time, someone is arguing with you to tell you the key you are holding is not yours when the key is already in your hand. What does that mean is this: the success you want, the progress you want, everything you need on earth is already in your hand. It is you that you will decide if you will listen to people who don't even believe in themselves. Because there are many people who do not believe that one particular day, you will do more than they expect. That was 2019. I was with a white woman. She was my teacher. I take her as my mother. So many things, sometimes she used to say a certain types of word. Something, you can't do this. Something, you can't do that. You can't do this. Your friends are more capable. Your friends are more powerful. They can do more than you. They can do this more than you. I don't reply to her. Why? Because I understand that argument does not create success. Rather, it makes success to be distance. It separates you from success. Whenever someone told you that you can't do it, and you start to argue with them, it's just that you are supporting them, telling them that you can't do it. My teacher that I truly love, she is my teacher, a white woman. So she tell me a word that, Samson, don't argue with nobody. Show them your result. I want you to understand in this particular world we are living, even your best friend you eat with, you laugh with, majority of them don't believe that you can be successful more than them. Even your blood brothers. There are some family you will enter today because you are the one they think you are dull in finance, academically, spiritually, mentally. They think you are dull. That means you can never be successful. Or they are the firstborn, you are the last. Some will conclude that you can never be successful. So you don't need to argue with people who are blind. This is just the fact or truth. You don't need to argue with anyone who is blind, because someone who is not blind can never question what God have made. If God can turn the life of Joseph, let's look at the story of Joseph. Joseph was nobody. When I mean he was nobody, but he was sold because he interpreted his dream to his brothers, to tell you how dangerous brotherhood is. Once they discover that one day you'll be more successful than them. Even Jesus narrated a word in the book of Matthew that the worst enemy of every man is from his household. My father used to tell me that a rat outside can never come inside without the one inside giving them information about what is inside. Meaning that the worst enemy of every family, whether you believe it or not, this is the fact or truth. The worst enemy of every family on earth start from their brother, their sister, their mother, their uncles, their nephews, because they are the one that will give information to outsiders how to hold you down, how to treat you. So that's why they used to say, tell me your friends, I'll tell you whom you are. But I create that word, that statement. Tell me your friend, I will tell you how long you will live. I will tell you how successful you will become. I will tell you how manifestation your ways will be. So this woman used to tell me all manners of words, just like abuse. So I keep silent. But today, to God be the glory. I know that I can eat. I can buy anything that I want to eat for my mouth. I don't need to beg for anyone to give me. Not that I do used to beg, but I was in camp then. So sometimes people will not understand how successful your time, your future will be, because they use the present to conclude the future. Let me explain it more detail. You know, some people who are ignorant of someone or thinking that someone can never be successful is because they are using your present situation, your present condition, your life which you are living now. They are using it to conclude your future without realizing even the present cannot interpret the future. You know, God we serve, the God of universe, the atmosphere can turn every man, whether woman or man, it can turn them overnight. Joseph was sold to an Egyptian to become a slave. Because in those days, when they sold you for one purpose, for one reason, just for you to become a slave, for you to go there and act as a slave. So Joseph was sold to Egyptians, traders, without his brothers who discovering that they are selling him to his destiny. So they sold him. He went there, something occurred, they took him from prison. From prison he became what? He become the king. Because someone who have right, who they give position to control is also a king. So everything occurred. And his brother that sold him still come back without recognizing him. All I'm here to tell you is that whoever that have concluded your case, whoever that don't believe that one day you'll be successful, listen, they will not recognize you when the birth of success occur. They will never recognize you again. They will never recognize you. The Bible makes us to understand that when they came to Egypt, his brothers, just to beg for food, they did not recognize Joseph, but he recognized them. Why? It's because sometimes the word you speak to someone, just because of the position you are today, you try to bring them down, you try to conclude on their works, you try to make funny of them, you try to make them feel as if they are not accepted. The word can never be what becomes or not delete from their mind, even if they forgive you. That's how Joseph recognized them, but they themselves were unable to recognize Joseph. So he did something that made them to recognize him. So brothers, don't argue with anyone who don't believe in you. The fact truth is that your haters, your enemies, people who don't want you to be more successful than them, they can never believe in you. All they want is that they will talk in order for them to bring you down. That is the reason why I said you should not argue with them. Because the moment you start to argue with a fool, you become the same. Sorry to say. So don't argue with them. Don't negotiate. Just allow them to pump out that thought, that imagination, that expectation they have towards you. Allow them to pump it out. In return, they will not recognize you when you become more successful. They used to say, if a blind man lead a blind man, where will they go? Or what will become the outcome? Who will tell each other this is a pit or this is a hole? Nobody. That is the reason why you need not to argue with a fool. You need not to negotiate with a fool. Allow them to pump out that negative thought they have towards you. Everyone on earth can never support you. Listen, particularly in this 2022, don't argue with nobody. They don't believe in you. Okay, that is nice. It's cool. It's cool with me. You don't believe in me. I don't need to beg you to believe in me. I don't need to beg you to support me. I don't need to beg you to understand that the future is better than today, which you are seeing. Yes, I can't eat 2 meals. Yes, I can't eat 3 times in a day. I can't eat 3 times in a day. I can't pay my house rent. I can't do this. Yes, I can't buy clothes. I can't feed myself. I can't clothe myself. Yes, I know, but that does not conclude that you have the right to tell me that I can't become successful. Every door, one of my friends used to say something. One thing, when one door open, thousands. When one door close, thousands will be open. So whoever don't believe in you, we congratulate you. It's just like trade by pattern. Those years that they used to do trade by pattern. You give me oil, I will give you salt. You give me water, I will give you what? Either fufu, or I will give you rice in exchange. You give me beans, I will give you rice in exchange. So, they tell you can't become successful. In return, they will come to congratulate you. You see, that's what happened in the life of Joseph. They says Joseph cannot be. They look at him, he tell them their story, they understand that he will become more successful than him. So, in order for them to make him not to become more successful, they have to sold him, tell lies to his dad that he is dead. So when they come to Egypt to ask for help, his brother is already dead. But they could not recognize him. They could not discover who is in the position. So whoever argue with you that you can never be successful, we congratulate you. That is just it. Congratulations can never be deleted from your life. Let me go further. You don't need to argue with nobody in this 2022. Even your co-workers, even your brothers, they tell you they said this is water. Rather, it's milk. You don't need to argue with them. Okay, it's water. That is your own conclusion. That is your own finalization. Good. I accept this water. There is no need of arguing. Okay. Finito. According to Italy, it's finished. Okay. They said this is house. Rather, is what? It's a farm. Don't argue with them. What you said is true. To you is true. Okay. No problem. Because the moment you start to argue with them, what they will be expecting is the word you will speak. Because there is power in the tongue. There is power in our tongue. So don't argue with nobody. Let silence speak for you. Because at the end, congratulations will start from you, not from them. Congratulations will start from you, not from them. Don't argue with nobody. This is what you need to put in mind in this 2022. Put this thing in your mind. It's an instrument for 2022. The instrument for 2022. Don't argue with people who don't believe in you. Because even if you have thousands of friends in Facebook, you have millions of followers in TikTok, You have billions of followers in YouTube. But among all these people, who are there to care, to understand when you are in difficulties, when you are in pain? Listen, in the world we have more than 2 billion or 3 billion people. If you calculate it, people around you, if there are 50, there are 60. If you want to understand people who are already addicted to help you, to care for you, they are not up to 2. They are not up to 2. Some are there to watch you fall. Some are there to see you cry. Some are there to see you if you can become successful. Some are there for their own benefit. Some are there because they want to see where you will end. They want to see the end of your struggle. They want to see the end of your progress. Some are there just for them to watch you from distance, because they don't want to distance themselves, but they just want to be there. When you become successful, they will say we are with you, but they are never with you. They are against you. So not everyone around you will support you. Not everyone around you will care for you. If everyone around you care, support, want to be with you, my brother, you have to run. That means there's something that is not good that is in you. So not everyone need to understand where you are heading to, because the moment majority of people understand your why, the moment majority of people understand your hustle, the moment majority of people understand where you are heading to, they will put an asunder to block you. So that is the reason why you don't need to argue with nobody. You don't need to argue with nobody. It is one of the instruments in 2022. It is the instrument for 2022. It's me, your boy K Samson. Once again, I truly appreciate. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe and thumbs up the bell that anytime I upload, you will be the first to see it. I love you all, and I know you believe. As you believe, so shall it be. Don't argue with nobody. Put this as an instrument in 2021. 2022, I mean to say. Remember, bless, focus.